Hi everyone, so I hope everyone is staying safe and is staying at home during this whole quarantine period. In today's video, as you can see from the title below, I'm going to be doing a Q&A of my quarantine journey here in Kuala Lumpur. So today is the 10th day of since I arrived here in this quarantine center. It has been amazing. So I asked my friends on Instagram a few days ago, actually quite a long time ago. I asked my friends if anyone have any questions specific to this quarantine center, anything about quarantine, my quarantine journey to be specific, and a few of my friends asked very good questions. So I thought of like actually making a video to address all these questions that you might be interested in. I hope today's video will be helpful for anyone who will be going through this quarantine journey, or if anyone wants to know what we do, what happened to us. Let's get going. I'm wearing my supposed baju raya actually. Thing is, I don't have any baju, like a very proper baju for a video, so you know, might as well just wear this baju because I have it in my luggage anyways. But yeah, let's get going. So the first question is, where are you and what happened? So here's a little backstory. Basically, my friends and I decided to come back home to Malaysia about a few weeks ago. We decided to do that because our graduation was postponed, and then we don't have any physical exams for the whole year, for our whole academic year, and then we basically only have online assessments, online exams, everything's virtual. So we're like, you know what, let's just go back. And the thing is, when in Malaysia, it's really a lot more safer for our well-being, and I mean, we're closer to our family, we can celebrate Ramadan and eat with our family. So we think it's like a very plausible action to do. It took us a while to actually come up with this, because we're like, should we go back, should we not? But then we decided that we wanted to go back anyways. So that's that. And then on the 3rd of April 2020, the Malaysian government imposes a new rule where if any Malaysians returning home from overseas should get quarantined at the designated quarantine centers all over Malaysia, and this has to be done for 14 days. So hence why I am here at this quarantine center now. Today is my 11th day. So today is my 10th day at this quarantine center. So yeah, that's what happened. Alhamdulillah, everything is pretty cool so far. I have a very comfortable room. Things are pretty nice, so yeah. The next question is, how's Malaysia treating you so far? This is a question for my friend. So the answer to this is, Malaysia's been treating me really nice. Like literally really nice. From the day I arrived, I'm just gonna tell you the process of what happened in the airport and how I get to the hotel. So basically, when we arrived, there were a lot of us. There were like 300 of us. So when we arrived at the airport, it was pretty slow because there were a lot of us. We had to like sign a few forms upon arriving. Like we had to indicate if we have any symptoms, our body temperature. We got screened at the airport, and then we were told that, you know, like if you have any symptoms, then you should tell us, things like that. And then we also had to sign another few forms of like indicating our personal details for the quarantine centers. So we did that. Had to wait for a few hours at the airport because they were only letting 15 people each time to actually take our bags, go to the buses and get to the quarantine centers. So that was why. But I really love how the people at the airport work. Like, I think it was very systematic. Like, first thing was they were all wearing face masks. We were all social distance even when we were queuing up. And then we also sat like one seat away from each other, which was really good. I think that was a very good measure. So when it was my time to actually take the bags, I took my bags. There were 15 of us because, you know, they only let small groups to go each time. Took my bags, and then they sanitized my whole luggage. Like, I've got 3, and they sanitized everything, even my backpacks. so it was sanitized. And then I get to the bus. We were also social distance when we were in the bus, like we can't sit close to each other. So, and then we waited a little bit more to get to our hotel. I arrived at around 7 p.m. and then by this time it was around midnight, I think. Upon arriving at the hotel, we get off the bus, took all of our bags, and then the staff helped us to register at there was like this one counter. It was really quick, like, you know, you just have to give your identity card and then your passport, and then you just scanned it for registration. And then again, my bags, including me, was sanitized at the hotel. Like, I was literally moving around for them to sanitize me. And then we got our hotel room. To be honest, everything happened pretty quick. Like, the process was really smooth. So when I get to my room, they actually prepared like mineral water, like bottles of mineral water, and then I also have some snacks for the night since I just arrived. And yeah, so each of us got individual rooms at this hotel. So yeah, that's how it went. I forgot to mention, so like at the hotel, every day there will be a health officer who will call us at around 10 a.m 9 a.m. They will ask us like, what's your temperature today, and are you experiencing any of the COVID-19 symptoms? And this happens every day, and they're gonna call each of the rooms, and we have like 300 of us. So I think that's like some really hard work. And then occasionally we also get snacks, which is really nice. We get like biscuits, instant noodles, or cookies, or yeah, things like that, and like sweet drinks sometimes. Apart from that, we also get like our basic necessities. Like when I arrived, obviously I have like soap and like toothbrushes in my room provided by the hotel. But then a few days ago, I also got like basic things like shampoo, toothbrush, and then soap to clean my clothes. Because balik Kedah bila, this is from my friend. So if you don't know, I am from Kedah. I live in Kedah. Usually if I go back from the UK, I would buy a ticket straight away from London to Kedah, like transit in KL, like it will be straight away, so that I don't have to, you know, pick up my bags and do all those sort of things. But then because of this COVID-19, and because I know I will be quarantined in KL, I only booked a ticket to KL. And you can't really go back to my state, so I decided to just stay in KL. So the answer to that is, I don't know when I'm going to go back to Kedah. The next question, menangis tak waktu buat swab test? This is a very good question. So basically, when I first arrived, the next day after I arrived, I had to do a swab test. It's my first swab test ever, and I've seen a lot of videos of swab tests. I know it's painful, and I know I need to do it as well. So I'm like, you know what, it's fine. So for any of you who haven't done the swab test and who wants to know how it looks like, you can search for any videos on like swab tests for COVID-19. But I'm also going to share with you how they actually did it. So basically, the swab test, they use like a cotton bud, but it's like longer and smaller. So what you do is that you put your head like this. You put your head like this. It has to be like slanted, and then they're gonna insert that cotton bud in one of your nostrils, and they go really deep, like literally really deep. So it goes into your nostril, and then when they get to like up here, they like kind of twist it to get the sample. So they kind of twist it like that. It happens really quick. Like, I did 2 swab tests. The first swab test was pretty mild, I would say. Like, it wasn't that painful. I guess because it's our first time, so he was like being nice about it. But my second swab test, which was yesterday, pretty painful because it was really quick. The lady basically just inserted that cotton bud and then just twisted, and it's like, oh, it's done, everything's done. So I'm like, oh, okay. One of my friends actually coughed after we did the swab test because it was really painful. But yeah, it was really painful for like the next 3 minutes after you actually did it, because you can actually feel uncomfortable like here, like you can feel it. So but after that it's fine, like, you know, it's fine. But yeah, menangis tak waktu swab test? The answer to that is no. Tapi first time I buat, yeah, I actually felt like really scared about it. Next question. This is the most popular question out of all. Where is my quarantine center? So I am currently quarantined at Sunway Velocity Hotel in Cheras. Everyone got our own rooms. I've got 2 beds because they put like 2 single beds in this room, so I kind of just moved them together because I need a better night's sleep. And someone asked, did you pay for it? So the answer to this is no, I don't pay for this. It is fully funded by the government. I already told you that we receive snacks and, you know, some basic things, but a few days after we arrived, we actually received SIM cards, like each and every one of us, because the Wi-Fi is pretty slow since a lot of people are actually using it. So with a SIM card you can buy your own data, and like some people have to do online classes, some people have to sign in assignments, so that was really helpful to actually receive a SIM card. Next question, did you actually pick the hotel? I don't pick the hotel. So the thing is, when I arrived at the airport, I have no idea where I'm gonna go to, and neither of us did. So what happened was that when I got into the buses, I still don't know where I'm gonna go, but I only knew when I arrived at the hotel, like, oh, this is the place that I'm gonna get quarantined at. So the next question is, how do you keep yourself occupied? The thing is, my sleeping schedule hasn't been the best ever since I arrived, and I've been having problems with trying to actually make it work better. Like, I've been sleeping at 6, sometimes at 4, sometimes at 11, like it really depends. So like, I make sure every day I have like a list of things that I need to do, and I make sure that I actually finish them every day. But I don't do much, to be honest, because I'm just in this room, like I don't have anything else to do. So I'm either doing my dissertation or I'm binge watching Netflix. But usually I'm just binge watching Netflix. Question is, how many meals per day do you actually get? So before Ramadan, I actually received 3 meals per day. So I got my breakfast at 7:30 a.m. Usually I got like pastries, or like that one time I actually got fried mee, and then sometimes I also get muffins. So yeah, that was my breakfast. And then lunch, usually I get it around 12:30 p.m. Usually it's rice with like some lao, like it can be like chicken, fish, or some eggs sometimes. So it really depends, but the portion is really nice. Like, I think it's like a lot sometimes, but the portion is really like enough, like, you know, it's nice. And then I get my dinner around 6:30 p.m. Dinner is usually mixed, like sometimes we get like Western foods like pasta, or yeah, we usually get pasta. The one time we got aglio olio. But for Ramadan specifically, we got our sahur at around 4 a.m. and it's usually rice with anything like chicken or eggs. And then for buka, we got it around 6:30. Yeah, we got it around 6:30. It's usually a big portion, so we got rice and, you know, the usual stuff. What's your daily routine in quarantine? So I actually did a video on this, like a day in my quarantine life, so you might want to watch that to know what I do every day. That's the end of today's video. I have answered all questions, and I hope it's going to be helpful for anyone who's coming back to Malaysia, and for anyone who wants to know what happens to everyone who gets quarantined in hotels. That's it from me. Please stay safe and stay at home. So